Okay, so Aditya, let's proceed ahead with your mock interview for ONGC. So me and Jyoti will proceed forward with your mock. So we want your very brief introduction, and you can give your introduction and interview either in Hindi also, or you can go with English also, right? So please go ahead with your introduction.
So good afternoon to the panel members. As you already know, my name is Aditya. I live in Delhi, and I completed my graduation from Ramjas College, Delhi University in Physics Honors. After that, I qualified JAM exam, and I got admission in MSc Geophysics in IIT Kharagpur. And my hobbies are teaching, cycling, and creative works.
Okay, so Aditya, may I ask you the reason why you chose to master in geophysics?
So actually, when I qualified for JAM exam and the marks was out, so I consulted few of my professors. So what should I go for next? I should go for physics honors or for geophysics. So they gave me advice that if you go to geophysics, you will have multiple options. Like you can do PhD or M.Tech at the same time, or MSc. And you will also have an option for going to the job, because in India, the ONGC is considered to be a prestigious company which used to recruit from geophysics background students. Okay. So they gave me that advice, so I just decided to go for it.
So it was because of your interest in public sector jobs that you chose geophysics?
Yes, sir. But they gave me advice that you can even go for the jobs as well. And I need to pursue MSc also, and because geophysics is all about physics, and it's just an application part of physics.
What stage is your master's now?
Sir, I just completed my master's in 2020.
Okay, so you must have done your master's thesis also?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can you tell us about the title of your thesis?
So the title of my thesis was the calculation of the hydraulic conductivity of the groundwater from DC resistivity methods and induced polarization method.
Okay, what you done in that?
Sir, actually, there is a traditional method of calculating the hydraulic conductivity of a subsurface water, and that is the slug test and the borehole drilling test, or we call it borehole drilling. So, but the basic problem with those tests is that they are very much they are not cost effective, as well as they take a lot of time in order to calculate the values, and also they are very much difficult to perform, and they give the value concentrated near to the borehole where you are calculating the hydraulic conductivity.
So why do we even want to calculate hydraulic conductivity? What is the reason?
So because we need to calculate the groundwater flow, whether the region which you are living with having groundwater, what kind of flow that groundwater is having in the subsurface. So for that reason, we are calculating the hydraulic conductivity, and for calculating that, we used geophysical methods in order to get the hydraulic conductivity values.
Okay. So what are the parameters affecting hydraulic conductivity?
So basically, parameters are permeability of the flow fluid, also the gravity values, and
so groundwater level, how does that affects hydraulic conductivity?
So actually, hydraulic conductivity is basically due to the difference in the height gradient in height, because that is the major thing which is used to which allows the water to flow from one higher potential to the lower potential.
And how does it affect the vegetation at particular place?
So basically, if there is a high groundwater level in any of the region, then that soil will be more fertile, and that soil will definitely.
No, I'm asking about the impact of hydraulic conductivity on the vegetation at particular place.
So vegetation in the sense of for the plants, and you're talking about.
Yes, cropping phenomena, cropping pattern.
So the higher will be the hydraulic conductivity. It means that you can have more potential gradient of water flow in that region. So you can definitely going to have a greater vegetation or greater scope of vegetation in that area. So
you mean conductivity decides the potential flow? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I don't think it should impact the potential flow of the water.
So basically, hydraulic conductivity is just flow. It is talking about the medium, the property of the medium, whether it is going to conduct water flow or not. It's kind of like the electrical conductivity.
Okay, now your geophysics masters, how that will be useful for your job in ONGC?
So because geophysics students, they used to recruit geophysics students because we help them for the exploration purpose, because for the exploration of oil or natural gas in the subsurface. So first thing is of the geologist, then second comes the geophysicist, who are going to do the survey in the particular region, and they are going to find out whether there is a prospect of economic, whether there is a prospect of oil or natural gas in that subsurfaces.
So can you elaborate on that? How do you do that survey? How do you identify at particular location whether there will be oil reservoir?
So first thing is done by the geologist people, because they are going to decide whether that region, they're going to give us the idea about the geology of that subsurface and everything. And after that, the geophysicists used to do the survey. First survey will be about the gravity and magnetic survey. Depending upon the requirement, the gravity and magnetic survey will be done. And after that, once the gravity magnetic survey is completed, then the seismic survey is done. That seismic survey is going to define give the layered structure of the subsurface medium. And with that layer structure, we can easily be able to get the idea of the region which are going to have the higher potential of accumulation of hydrocarbons.
Okay, so
like
if we see different physiologies of Earth, different physiological regions of Earth, now tell me, where is the maximum probability of getting oil?
So if we talk about the tectonic structural things, then anticlines are the major things where you can easily going to get hydrocarbons accumulation.
Any reason for that?
So because in anticlinal structures, the oil will only be going to trap in the uppermost region of that anticline. It's like of this shape. So all the oil which will be present, all the hydrocarbons which will be present in that particular region, they will be going to trap by the upper layer of that anticline, and they will be accumulated there.
Okay. So Aditya, do you think yourself suitable for this particular job in ONGC?
Yes, sir, because first reason is very obvious, that I qualified GATE exam, and because the ONGC used to select candidates who has qualified GATE, so I think that is the major thing which I believe that I am suitable. Secondly, I have certain kinds of good things which are definitely going to help me while working in the ONGC, because whenever you are in the field, it's very much important that person should be very much he should be very much sincere with their work, and secondly, he should be very much I'm just forgetting the word.
Okay, do you know who is the CMD of ONGC?
Yes, sir, Dr. Alka Mittal. Background, she did she's from economics background. She did a bachelor's in economics, and she did MBA from HRM.
Okay, over to you, Jyoti.
Okay, so you have done your BSc in physics, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so can you tell me what is the use of Fourier transformation in geophysics?
Yes, ma'am. Basically, Fourier transform is used to convert from one time domain signals to the frequency domain signals. Because whatever we are getting in the signals in the seismic prospecting, we are getting signals from the geophones which we have put on the subsurface. So those signals we need to in order to process those signals, we need a particular range of frequency which are actually suitable for the processing, and that only that band of frequency will going to give us the band of frequency will going to help us about the interpretation part of the seismic. So only in order to get those particular frequencies which are suitable, we need to convert our signal from time domain to frequency domain, and after processing that frequency domain signal, we are going to get only those frequencies which are suitable and which are actually giving the idea of the reflector surfaces.
Okay, so are there any other transform which you can use?
Yes, ma'am. We also use Hilbert transform also some of the times on the signal.
Okay, fine. So can you tell me how can we measure the speed of rotation of Earth?
Speed of rotation of Earth?
Yeah, speed. Yeah.
I'm sorry, ma'am, I can't.
Okay, fine. So can you tell me, do you know about P wave and S wave?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So,
Well,
yeah,
yes, ma'am.
tell about them.
Ma'am, P waves are the longitudinal waves which have the motion of compressional and dilatation kind of a motion. And S waves are the shear waves that have the motion which is perpendicular to the direction of wave propagation.
Okay.
So,
Can you tell me at which discontinuity both of them have maximum velocity drop and minimum velocity drop? Both.
Ma'am, if we talk about S wave, then S wave they don't flow in a liquid medium. So when we go from inner mental to outer core, the S wave velocity will going to be 0.
Okay. And what about P wave?
And P wave velocity will decrease at the bound that on that boundary only. P wave velocity will also be decreased up to some extent.
Is there any specific name of this continuity?
Yes, ma'am. Gutenberg discontinuity.
Okay, fine. Okay. Can you explain Bord's law?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you explain Bord's law?
I don't understand.
Fine. I'll ask other questions. Maybe. What impact does global warming have on time rotation of Earth? Can you answer this?
Time rotation of Earth.
Global warming impact on rotation of Earth.
Yes, ma'am. Because due to the global warming, the glaciers which are present at the pole, they are actually melting, due to which the water level it is going to rise, and that increase in water level will going to come at the equator region, and that is going to make the Earth more bulging shape at the equator region. So that is going to affect the speed of rotation of the Earth.
Okay. Even generally, the radius of Earth is not equal, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Can you explain what is the reason and what is?
This is because of the fact that whenever an object is rotating, so if we are away from the axis of rotation, then we are going to experience a force, that is the centrifugal force. And due to that centrifugal force, if we are nearby to the polar axis, and that is for in our case Earth, we are at the pole, then the centrifugal force will be less, and at the equator it will be maximum. So due to that maximum force, there will be outer bulging of the Earth's surface. So that is the reason I think there is a maximum difference in the shape of the Earth.
So where it is maximum, the radius is maximum at
equator. Ma'am.
Okay, fine. Can you tell the Kepler's law?
Kepler's law. Yes, ma'am. Kepler has derived 3 laws, out of which first law is known as the law of conservation of energy, which states that for any of the rotating system, our sun is considered to be all the planets revolves around the sun in an elliptical orbit, and sun can be considered to be situated at one of the two foci. Second law states that it talks about the law of conservation of angular momentum, according to which angular momentum the radius vector will sweep equal area in equal interval of time for any rotational object around the Earth, around the sun. And secondly, the T square R cube relation is the third law.
Okay. Can you tell the sequence for 2D seismic reflection?
Yes, ma'am. Sequence for
2D seismic reflection data processing.
Okay, ma'am. 2D seismic. First of all, what we need to do is we need to get to the surface. Get to the region, and we need to collect the data. From that data, first thing which we used to do is to get all the data in a certain format way. After taking that data in a format way, we need to just do the demultiplexing of the data, which means that we are changing our data from sample sequential to state sequential.
Okay.
After that, we need to go for the sweep removal, because most of the time we are taking data using the vibrosis. So using that vibrosis, we need to change our signal form, because it is a kind of an elongated signal. So we need to remove that sweep into a clouder wavelet. So sweep removal is the third thing. After that, we need to go for the demultiplexing is done.
Yeah.
After that, we need to go for the CMP gathering. After CMP gathering, we need to go for the CMP gathering, and
Okay.
I'm just forgetting it.
Okay, but there are certain name of these process like deconvolution, equalization. So can you tell in that form, in that order?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, basically, first, after doing all that, we need to do the deconvolution operation.
Okay.
After deconvolution, we need to do the equalization process, and after equalization, we need to do NMO correction. After NMO correction, we need to go for the NMO correction, then migration, and then deconvolution again, post-stack deconvolution.
Okay, so can you explain this? What do you do in migration?
And migration is basically a process of in which we used to do is we used to resolve the spatial resolution. It is used basically for the spatial resolution of the subsurface data which we have collected from the seismic section, and in addition to that, the dipping amount which our record surface is telling us it's not the actual dipping amount. So we need to move that dipping to the reflector, true position of the reflector. So for that reason, the migration is used in order to move the dipping bed to the true position, and for the spatial resolution of the data.
Okay. Can I ask some question regarding physics?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can you explain what is Compton scattering?
Compton scattering is a phenomenon in which whenever a particle which is striking onto the atom, it's after striking to the atom, both of these particles, they move in a different direction based on the linear momentum of the system. They move in the different direction. They used to just scatter around in two different directions.
How can
and there's a difference, and there's a decrease in the wavelength as well.
Okay, can you use this in geophysics? Are you using?
Yes, ma'am. Basically, we used to do it in the radioactivity survey. So over there, for the gamma ray detection, basically the Compton scattering is very much required.
Okay. Okay, fine. I think that's all.
Yeah. So I think we can give feedback, Jyoti, now. So from your side first.
I think so he was able to answer all the technical questions according to me, and he was answering in a very good manner. So
yeah. So any scope of improvement, Jyoti, from your domain?
Maybe instead he can mention the name directly. For example, I asked the sequence of the 2D sequence. You can answer the name.
Yes, ma'am, you're right. Actually, I'm just forgetting that because I didn't revise it by now, so I just forgot all that sequence.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
so Aditya, from my side, just revise ONGC information about ONGC as much as possible. And all these questions, you must have provided some details to them, some information of yours to ONGC.
Yes.
So that is very important because that document will be there with them. So why you want to join ONGC and all you have written in that. So some personal informations you have given there, maybe strengths, weaknesses and all, and hobbies and all those personal details they ask. So whatever you have written there, that document is very important. You need to go through that. And if you face any problem in that, you can discuss with us. I was not very much satisfied with your answer that, why interested in this particular organization, ONGC. So you need to make it really good, this answer.
Yes, sir. So can you give me advice?
Yeah, you can obviously quote it, like number one, how geophysics is linked to ONGC. That part is to be made very, very strong. So when you talk about survey and all, it is related to resource optimization, like survey and finding out the oil reservoir. India is a energy hungry country. India imports the oil. So ONGC is going to play a very, very crucial role in exploring the oil and saving the money in importing the oil. So exploring the oil is the most important activity. India is a vast country, huge country. So we need to identify where the oil can be. And I don't know where in that doing that survey in an effective manner. So whether that particular thing you can link. So conducting survey in a very efficient way, that is the duty which you are going to do. And that is a very crucial. So you need to make them realize that you understand how crucial your job is going to be. And then reason why ONGC. So my role model is one of my seniors who joined ONGC, and then he told me that this is the best way you can join ONGC after physics if you want to get into industry. So I was having interest in physics, I did it, and then I was not always wanted to do a job in a big company, Fortune 500 company, and ONGC is one of that companies, sir. This is the best employer. And as a student of physics, for me it's a great opportunity, because in Maharatna companies such opportunities are very less, and ONGC is the best Maharatna company, at least for these physics people who can join in these profiles and work there. So I want to know more about you. That passion is missing. Why you want to join ONGC, and what do you think this is going to be? That particular part was not coming with the passion. That is the most important part, actually. So I think, Aditya, there you have to do some more practice. Right? Got my point?
Yes.
The rest, obviously, like information and all you were saying, and project, they can ask you about the project and they can dig you further in that, the way I did. So the rest is okay. I think physics, you have a knowledge. As Jyoti asked you multiple questions, you could answer that. But yes, those HR things, like why this, so their passion is required. Got it?
Yes.
Yes, sir. So, what is your feedback for the
मैं भी तुम्हें 7 नंबर दूंगा 10 में से 7.
7? So will I be able
highest
to,
8 देता हूँ.
so will I be able to achieve it or not?
Yes, you will be in position to get in. Yes, Mother, you are a right candidate, you are a suitable candidate. So if you ask me honestly, sir, I am a suitable candidate for them, answer is yes, you are. But थोड़ा सा passion लेके आओ यार. You are cool by temperament, you are a cool person by temperament. That is good thing also, that is a bad thing also. Good thing also, like you can handle the situation. Bad thing that I don't know your passion. I don't know, this is just like another job for you, or this is actually the job for you are aspiring for. So that passion actually is something which you need to display in your knowledge, information, and linkages of the things. I'm a physics guy and I want to be in ONGC. What is the reason for that? That particular thing is required. The rest is okay, right, Aditya?
Yes, sir.
So this is your when is your interview?
So tomorrow.
So should we say all the best to you? Is this our
I
final mock? Yeah. So all the very best, and I'm sure you will get through.
Thank you, sir.